Hi, this is Boost69. Today we're going to talk about how to use a Digitech GNX 1 pedal for only effects. Alright, what you do is you go to your amp modeling, you go to your amp models and you turn them to direct. You go to your EQs and you don't screw with them because that will start changing your tone. Notice how they're set to flat. It's all 0, 0, 0. If you leave it that way, your tone will not change. I know from experience. Now, if you want to mess with the EQ, your tone will change, which is cool if you want to do that, because maybe you can spice it up a bit with some extra equalization. But if you just like the amp as is, leave it alone. And I've got it set for strictly just a dry setting with effects. No amp. That's what I mean by dry. No amp models. It's running through my effects send and return. The send will go into the input of the pedal, and the output of the pedal goes into the return of the amp. As you can tell, I'm plugged straight into the amplifier, so all the tone you'll be hearing is straight up amplifier tone. So that's basically how you use a GNX for effects. I know the Tone King, not to disrespect, cool dude, love his videos. He says you can't actually turn off the modeling on these pedals. Actually, you can. It's not quite, how do I explain it? It's not quite the way it would be on the new RP series, no, where you can just flat out press a bypass button. But you can still turn off the models. I'm going to play you a dry, clean sound with only a little bit of compression and reverb. I got this pedal running in effects mode, or what I call paddleball mode, which means I can turn the effects on and off within a preset. If you put it in preset mode, since there's 3 pedals down here, you got preset 1, 2, and 3. But that's also cool because it's like having different quote-unquote Bradshaw rigs with different pedal situations that you can change to. But I find it more simpler just to leave it in this mode, but you don't have to. Because if, let's say you want chorus and delay and reverb on one channel, and then you want flanger on the next, and maybe you just want to dry on the next, you know, you can do that too. But for today, I'm going to use it this way. Now let's throw on some chorus. I'm also going to show you how to use this as a direct box in conjunction with your amplifier for direct recording. I'll show you that in a minute. Now let's throw on some delay. Alright, you know, there's lots of cool things you can do. I can kick on the overdrive of the amp, get a nice cool V sound. Go on some chorus. The only thing I don't recommend is that you use the wah when you're going through the loop. Doesn't sound that cool unless you like that kind of sound. It sounds weird. Has kind of like a different kind of effect. So don't use the wah through the effects loop, which means I have to invest and get me a separate wah pedal. Whoop-de-doo. Not a big deal. Or maybe my stepbrother will build one. Okay, let's see what else was I going to show you guys. Remember how I said don't screw with the EQs? Let's decide we want to screw with the EQs. I'll show you what it can do. How it can beef your tone up a bit. Let's go back to the red channel. Let's screw with the EQs a bit. Let's start building kind of like an EQ mid boost kind of lead sound. You can, because there's 2 channels on this GNX. You got a red and a green channel. One could be your dry setting with your flat EQs, and one could be like a lead boost. That's me just increasing the mids. That's it. I haven't touched the rest of the EQs. I gave it more mid-range. And you also got the parametric part where you can trim your frequencies. You can add more high end, or you can cut out some of the highs. You can do whatever. You know, you can do whatever. It's like running an EQ pedal to the effects of. What I like about this is I can't afford a bunch of stomp boxes, but this pedal's got those built in there, and it works good enough for me. Because, you know, I ain't got the money, and plus I don't want to have to lug around a pedal board this size. You know, I can't afford any of that. But this pedal does this for me, and it's really cool. If you turn off the amp modeling, it really will work really well with your amp if you know what you're doing. And I know it sounds weird, but I actually run compression through the loop because it warms the tone up a little bit. And then you got the equalizer. If you don't leave it on flat, you can boost your tone or give a boosted lead sound. You can assign it to one of the two channels. You got your noise gate. It works okay with the amp distortion. It's better. It works better with the amp models, but still, it works pretty decent with the amp distortion, depending on your volume level. And then you got your chorus modulation effects. You got your delay, your reverb. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's like having a huge pedal board, but in one little box. Anyways, now I'm going to show you how to use this as a direct box in conjunction with your amplifier. Leave it hooked into your amplifier's effects loop, and then make a duplicate of the setting you have, and then just add speaker cabinet simulation. And when you're recording, because you have multiple jacks on these Digitechs, you got a right and a left output and a headphone output or whatever. Take the headphone output with like a line-in cable and send that into a mixer. Now you got to get your amp pretty loud to get a strong signal. So what I do, since my amplifier actually gives me this option, not every amplifier will. Some amplifiers are just going to have to get loud to record direct like this if you don't feel like micing it, or if you just, like me, don't have a good mic for amps. What I do is I put something in my amp's headphone jack to kill the speaker. It's not going to hurt it because it's a little 15-watt piece of crap, you know. And now, what you're fixing to hear is my amplifier running through the stereo with cabinet simulation for direct recording. And here you go. This is now for a direct recording situation. Notice the cab simulation. Same tone you heard before, except now it's coming out of my stereo. Or you can send it into the computer. Right now my computers are being worked on, so this video will be live whenever I get my computer back. So, yeah. But that's how you can use the GNX1 as a direct box for recording in conjunction with your amplifier. Let's say you don't like amp modeling anymore and you want to hear real amp tone. Well, like I said, this is going through the effects loop of the Marshall. And since the Marshall's being sent into the pedal, you can take the pedal, like I said, you can take one of its outputs, the headphone output, send it into your mixing console, and you're getting the Marshall looping itself through the pedal. And what's cool is not only does it work like a direct box, it's still your effects processor. So you still got all your effects on there, and it's really cool. And you got the cabinet simulation on this setting as an effect, so your live sound will sound bad. I mean, your direct sound will sound bad. Alright, God bless each and every one of you. Jesus loves you all, and I'll see you. guys next time.